I am Damayanti, princess of Vidarbha, daughter of Bhima the king. In these palace halls I was born to splendor, yet my heart longed for a destiny beyond gold and silk. One day my maid came running to me, eyes bright with secrets. She spoke of a king far away, Nala, noble, valiant, unmatched in grace. Her words settled into my heart like seeds in waiting earth. Far from me, in the land of Nishada, a friend spoke to Nala of me, telling him my name, my beauty, my spirit. Two hearts, yet strangers, already turning towards each other. Then fate sent a messenger. One morning, as Nala walked in his palace gardens, a golden swan alighted before him, its feathers glistening like sunlight on rippling water. Nala caught the bird in wonder, but it spoke to him in a voice of gentle wind. Release me, O king, and I shall be your herald. I shall carry your name to Damayanti and bring her heart to yours. So the swan came to me. It stood before me proud and gleaming and told me of Nala, his valor, his kindness, his beauty of soul. The more it spoke, the more my heart knew I was already his. The swan became the thread between us, carrying the breath of love across the distance. The day of my Swayamvara dawned. Princes from far and near filled the hall, but my eyes, they sought only one. Yet the gods had other plans that day. Three of them came cloaked in human form, Indra, Agni and Yama, come to test my choice, to see if my heart knew truth from illusion. They stood among the suitors, all bearing the same face as my Nala, the same form, the same grace. But their eyes were the eyes of eternity, not of mortal breath. I searched for the man I loved, not by face alone, but by the warm thrum of his living heart. And there, among four faces the same, one smiled with the quiet humility of a man, not the still perfection of a god. The garland in my hands trembled, for it had found the neck it was meant to adorn, and so I placed it upon my Nala. And in that moment, the gods themselves stepped aside, blessing the bond they could not break. Marriage followed, not merely a union of crowns, but of souls. We ruled together, shared laughter under moonlight courtyards, lived as if joy itself had chosen our home. But joy stirs envy. Kali, dark and watchful, burned her rage that I had chosen Nala. He waited until one day he saw my husband step into the temple without washing his feet. A crack in the armor and Kali slipped in. The dice rolled not just pieces of ivory, but the turning of our fate. Loss upon loss until the crown itself passed to Pushkara. Exile claimed us. Then Kali left him to his ruin, and in the dead of night, Nala left me sleeping beneath the trees. I awoken to the emptiness of the forest, and my search began. Through forests deep, through villages where no one knew my name, I sought him, and still I sought, for love doesn't end because the road is long. Somewhere else fate bit him hard. A serpent's venom twisted his form, and Nala became Bahuka, a man unrecognizable to the world. Bahuka found work in a king's palace. He was the master in the royal kitchens. His cooking so exquisite, it could win the heart of any who tasted. This was his true gift, his art. He also drove chariots with unmatched speed, reins steady in his skilled hands. In time, my search led to a plan. I arranged a Swayamvara, But it was no suitor I sought, only the truth. Bahuka rode the chariot faster than the wind. His hands sure upon the reins. He stood before me, and something in my soul stirred. I whispered to my maid, watch him as he cooks. Then I brought my children to him. He spoke to them with a tenderness that no stranger could hold. In that moment, I knew. I asked him, and he told me everything. The curse, the exile, the nights of despair. My Nala was before me again. We returned together. He challenged Pushkara, won back his crown, and restored our kingdom. Now we live again in joy, not the joy of untested hearts, but the joy of love that has walked through fire and come home hand in hand. I am Damayanti, and this is our story.